Howdy, I'm known as Dimwit, the last mountain man, feared throughout the land. A while back I made a video with 7 different Remington rolling block rifles and a handgun. And this one had some issues, but it's been fixed now, so I thought we'd try again. So why don't we shoot it first, and then I'll explain to you what went wrong the last time and what I've done to it. So okay. Oh, I gotta love the 5070. This is a New York Militia rifle, and they're a little bit different than all the other rolling block rifles. It's got this great big hammer. It's kind of nice to grip, and it will also block the view when the hammer's down. And it works a little different. You cock the hammer, you open it, this ejects, and when you close it, load it and close it, the hammer goes down in kind of a half cock. So now it's actually unsafe. You can't pull the trigger now. You have to cock it first, and then you can fire it. So the gun actually have 2 half cocks. You got the ordinary half cock, there's the full cock, and let's see, when I open this, did you see that? It drops down into kind of a half cock, and then you close it, and it's on safety. So now you have to pull the hammer back. Okay, let's shoot it one more time. I forgot. Okay, so like so. And what happened last time is that the mechanism didn't quite work the way it was supposed to, and it also misfired. There was 2 or maybe even 3 things wrong with it. There's what they call a blocking lever between the trigger and the hammer in this mechanism. And the tip of that blocking lever was actually broken off. And so the only way that could have happened was if the hammer had been struck really, really hard. And I was able to buy an antique original part in marvelous condition, and it fit like a glove, and it works beautifully. And of course it would misfire, and that was something else. I thought maybe it was the firing pin that was too short, but it wasn't. See here, you can see the end of a screw, and that screw holds 2 different springs in here, a thinner one and a thicker one. A thinner one goes on top, and that is the firing pin return spring. And This gun was really nice and clean on the inside, but whoever cleaned it had not taken it completely apart. So it had kind of built up dirt in between those two springs on top of each other and the metal surrounding them. And also both of these springs would rub the sides of the metal in here. And so the spring was giving more tension than it should, and it was actually enough to kind of slow the hammer down enough to it didn't have enough force to set the cartridge off. So that was all that was wrong with it. Now it works like it should, and interesting mechanism, like so. There's a lot more going on down in the bottom of this mechanism than on an ordinary rolling block. But it's a robust mechanism, and it's very well made. But I can't understand how it works, actually. I think I would have to mill kind of a receiver from clear, plastic sheets and install the parts in there so I can see what's going on. Because it was kind of giving me a headache. I couldn't figure out how it works, but whoever made that mechanism was sure smarter than I am. And I don't think the folks at Remington came up with this idea by themselves. I think this was an idea from some officer in the New York Militia wanted that safety feature, and I kind of feel sorry for the guy at Remington who had to figure out how to do this, but he did a good job, and so this gun should work for another 150 years now. I think it's pretty rare that the blocking lever breaks. He must have had someone strike it really hard for that to happen. So I have confidence in the mechanism, although I don't really understand how it works. So so I'm very happy with this gun now. Like we talked about in that other video, make sure you see that. That's interesting. A lot of these New York Militia rolling blocks ventured out west and took part of the Indian Wars, and I think this one has as well, because it's been handled a lot. It's been banged up and beaten, but it's been really well taken care of. There's no corrosion anywhere on this gun, inside or outside. And the barrel looks as close to new as you can possibly come on an antique gun like this. And rifling is still nice and sharp, so it's been carried a lot and it hasn't been used a lot. And it's been kept cleaned and oiled and things like that. And it would be interesting to kind of find out what these markings mean. It says TC, so that C might be for company, and it's the number 44 on here, and that's probably what they call a rack number. So company marking and rack number, and I'm sure it would be quite possible to find out some more about that. And it still has nice markings on the tang here. So it's got a nice rear sight. You can adjust, so you can put it up like that and look through here, and you can shoot a long ways, and you can put it down, and it's got several positions. So Really nice gun. I have, I think, a couple of more rounds. One more. Well, two more. Let's shoot him. Gotta remember to cock the hammer. Okay, last one. That's it. And you may have noticed somebody gave me these to, they say hang it around your neck and they'll protect your ears. I couldn't really notice much difference. Oh well. Let's give it a little bit of a cleaning before I head for the homestead. It's got a cleaning rod underneath. Okay. It's kind of nice to get the worst of the black powder fouling out right away, because it kind of hardens and it gets difficult. Now this wiping stick is not quite long enough to reach all the way through the barrel, so I kind of have to work it from both ends to get the job done. But that's maybe I put too big of a patch on there. Oh well, I'll mess with this later. Thanks for watching. Make sure you see that other video with all the 7 rolling blocks of mine. And check out some of my other videos as well. Catch you later.